What the fuck is going on? Ikuno, what are you doing? Oh my god. Hey guys, PhenomSage here, back at it once again with another darling video. They might as well just call me Sage and the FranXX at this point, am I right? Anyways, I was watching this preview for the upcoming episode last night, and I was basically like, this is too fucking wild for me not to talk about. And a few people have actually expressed interest in hearing me talk about the previews for Darling in the past in the comments, just asking what I was thinking about them, what I thought might come to fruition in the upcoming episode. So for this time, I was like, why not? Let's do this. I want to talk about this preview, so I'm gonna. Right off the bat, you can see that we're getting exactly what I've prophesized for so long. The Sakura trees have been so blatantly foreshadowing the scene from episode 1, where you see Hiro and 02 walk through the falling petals. The fact that they showed that scene all the way at the beginning of the series tells me that that's going to be a pretty important scene. Whether it's regarding some key plot information or it's just a pivotal moment in Hiro and 02's relationship, I don't know. Either way, it's fitting since apparently this episode is translated to when the Sakura flower blooms, or when the cherry blossoms bloom. Speaking of translations and dialogue, for one, I have to take back what I said last episode about it being the first and last Ikuno-focused episode. More on that later, as she is narrating this preview and likely the episode itself. Of note, she says that we will leave the birdcage when the cherry blossoms bloom. Shout out to Zelda 2017 on Reddit for the translation. She goes on to talk about the good times and bad, and how all these memories are precious and beautiful reminders of their existence and place in this world. All of this gives the impression that this is the turning point for the series. After this episode, we could be potentially moving into the final arc. We'll be leaving Mistleton and off to either join the other squads or go and do our own thing. Either way, it's scary thinking about moving into a final act of sorts, because we just have to remember that there's not much left of this show. In the next few shots, we see some various scenes of the group, one with Mitsuru and Kokoro that's likely him telling the group about the child that they're trying to conceive, and the newfound relationship that they formed. Later in the preview, we can see that in honor of this newfound relationship, they've decided to take part in a tradition that they've probably only heard about in books or from 02. Marriage. Futoshi even going so far as to act as the priest to conduct the vows himself. This is a nice way to wrap up his, well, I struggle to call it a character arc since the show only spent an episode on him whining and then told him to fuck off with his emotions. But whatever you want to call it, it's a nice way to wrap it up and have him finally move past all of his feelings, just to have some kind of new beginning for his character. Hopefully they deliver on that aspect. You'll notice that in this wedding sequence, from the brief shots that we get, there is one cast member distinctly lacking from view: Ikuno. And now it's time to finally talk about the main event, baby. Ikuno? Her love has been pent up for too long. She's going to overflow.
I'm gonna overflow. What? I'm gonna overflow. What do you mean?
She's had enough and is now resorting to drastic measures to finally get Ichigo to see how she truly feels about her. You guys know me, we've been picking up on the Ichigo Ikuno hint since day 1, and now it's finally time to get all the payoff. The question at the end of the day though will likely be, how will she respond? And judging from Ikuno's absence at the wedding, I'm gonna say not good. It's worth noting that we see some shots of Ichigo and Goro talking earlier in the PV, so it could be that this relationship will come into play, which ends up causing Ichigo to turn down Ikuno. I don't know, or maybe she just doesn't feel the same way and that's the end of the story. Who knows? All I know is that I will be truly, genuinely, absolutely shocked if somehow this Ikuno-Ichigo ship somehow starts sailing. It's just too late, and all the signs point toward Ichigo just not feeling the same way at all. I'm more interested in how this will shape Ikuno's involvement in the story in the future. Her absence at the wedding suggests that she could end up resenting being around the group, or maybe just some kind of evolution in her character in general. I don't know. If you take into account what Nishigori supposedly said about Ikuno playing a larger role in the story as the series goes on, it all starts to make sense. Also, 02 continuing that Gian symbolism by painting a fucking bird on their home. Thank you, 02. thank you. But that has been all from me for this incredibly insightful, I'm being sarcastic, look into the Darling episode 18 preview. Thank you guys for watching. As always, if you did end up watching, let me know if you guys dig this kind of video and want to see them in the future, or if you just rather wait for the full episode review. I really don't care either way, and depending on how redundant this makes the episode review on Saturday, I might choose to stop them myself anyways. All I know is that Ikuno shit floored me, and I wanted to talk about it, so I did. As always, if you did enjoy anything I had to say, I would really appreciate it if you liked the video, and make sure to subscribe if you want to see more of my incredible, amazing, I'm being sarcastic, content in the future, including the Darling episode 18 review coming this Saturday. And of course, as usual, have a great day.